This is another one of my new pickups, and this time it's of Sonic the Hedgehog on Blu-ray. I have watched the trailers of it, and from what I saw, the film actually looked really good, although I haven't obviously watched it yet. As we know that there's been many video game to movie adaptions, and most of the time they haven't worked out. Now I know that this did pretty well at the box office, leading it to have a sequel with Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which again I think did very well, and which the second one features Knuckles from Sonic 3. And I do know that they're working on a third Sonic movie, so obviously it's been successful. I've been looking for this for ages because over here in the UK with Sky, if you have Sky Cinema, what they do is that they allow you early access to movies. And was it last week they put Sonic the Hedgehog 2 in there, but I could not find the first movie without having to pay for it. So I didn't want to watch the second movie before watching the first movie, even though storyline probably doesn't completely connect. I don't know, because again I haven't watched the first movie. So eventually I managed to find this for £3. It was the cheapest that I could find it for, and especially being the fact that I like having physical media. Now I do like streaming can be useful, and like if you've got Disney Plus or Amazon Prime or Netflix. And what I tend to do is, if there are movies that I don't have, and I'm waiting for them to drop down in price, I tend to watch them on a streaming site. So, for example, one of the last movies I watched was For Love and Thunder, which I might do a review on, even though it's going to be short and sweet. And obviously on Blu-ray that's still quite expensive to buy, or if you go to the cinema. And then I managed to see it on Disney Plus. So eventually, although I will have my thoughts on the movie. Obviously, having the access to a streaming site allows you to sit and see it until eventually you can buy the physical format of the actual particular film that you want. I wanted to see this in the cinema, but I think what ended up happening is that I ended up, I don't know if it was due to the pandemic, or maybe it was the pandemic and I wasn't feeling very well, so I didn't end up getting time to watch this in the cinema. So as I said before, I'm glad that I've managed to finally get to the movie. So unfortunately I can't review the movie at this current time, but what I can tell you about the movie is that it came out in 2020. Obviously it's based on the Sonic video games. It was directed by Jeff Fowler in his feature directorial debut. It was written by Pat Casey and Josh Miller, and it stars James Marsden, who you may know as Cyclops from the X-Men movies, and obviously Jim Carrey, obviously people should know the name by now, obviously playing Dr. Robotnik. And many people might remember that when they first did the first trial of Sonic, that people did not like the CGI Sonic model. And there was a lot of memes of the way the character looked. And what I did like about the actual producers of the movies is that they took note of the criticism of of the look of Sonic, and then they actually changed the actual look of him before the movie was released in the cinema, which I think is great, because normally we don't really hear much of producers of movies listening to fan feedback before a movie comes out and then actually changing the effects or adding new things in it. So that was kind of great. Now, according to this here, it says it's over 35 minutes of exclusive bonus features. My little history on Sonic is many years ago I borrowed my friend's Mega Drive, and I ended up I played most of the Sonic games, and then later on when there was the Sonic collection that came out on the PS3, and which had the Sonic games on there. Well, there's been loads of them really. There was the Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and Sonic and Knuckles. And then there's been the Sonic Pinball. There's been the one So I've played the first 3 games. The pinball game, I think I've only played that maybe like a couple of years ago. There were 2 Sonic games that came out for the Nintendo Wii, which obviously were motion controls. So I had that, and then I had Sonic Generations, which I was decent at. But the first 3 Sonic games, I'm absolutely not very good at the Sonic games. I can get by them, but I'm not very good with the people obviously that grew up with the Mega Drive or wherever we are in the world where it's known, the Mega Drive was known as the Sega Genesis. So I've never been good at the Sonic games. I'm more of a Mario kind of a player. So, but maybe with enough practice, I'll end up becoming good. As it says here, it's rated a PG. It says kids are going to love it, which is obviously why they made a sequel. As you can see here, I'm trying to see how long the actual movie is. It says PG. It says mild violence, threat, rude humor, and it says there the world needed a hero. We got a hedgehog, powered with incredible speed. Sonic the Hedgehog, aka the Blue Blur, kind of reminds me of Smallville, embraces his new home on Earth. That is, until he accidentally knocks out the power grid and sparks the attention of a super maniacal evil genius, Dr. Robotnik, played by Jim Carrey. Now it's a super villain versus Super Sonic in an all-out race across the globe to stop Robotnik from using Sonic's power for the world domination. Sonic teams up with Donut Lord, aka Sheriff Tom Riskinski, played by James Madison, to save the planet in a action-packed adventure that's fun for the whole family. So that's pretty cool there. It says Blu-ray includes deleted scenes, bloopers, the Blue Blur origins of Sonic, building Robotnik with Jim Carrey, and more. I'm trying to see on how long the actual movie is. There's some stuff on here, but it's really tiny. I don't know if you can be able to see it. So you can see it at your leisure. Of the languages. So we got it there. Trying to see how long the actual movie is. I have to do some. Have a quick look because it's hard to see on there. I for the life of me don't know why they make the writing on these things so small. According to this, it says here it's 99 minutes, so it's not too long and not too short. Again, as I said, this is second-hand, and this is the UK Region 2. Probably with the Region 1 or the American one, it probably comes with a digital copy, which in the UK we tend not to get, with well, depending on the actual studio. And then you get, it's pretty much a bare bones CD, and then as you get with the title Sonic the Hedgehog, and obviously you've got Sega there because obviously the character is a Sega property. And then it does say it has Dolby Atmos, so if you've got one of the latest sound systems, it's probably going to sound incredibly great. So yeah, I'm really lucky that I managed to find it at a pretty decent price. So now I've downloaded from Sky Cinema Sonic the Hedgehog 2, so now I can watch that. And then what I will do is eventually, which will probably be a very long time, when Sonic 2 drops down to a decent affordable price, I will pick that up physically, so I have both of them. Probably by the time Sonic 3 comes out. So yeah, this is Sonic the Hedgehog on Blu-ray. Anyway, I hope people found this video informative. Feel free to like and to share this video because it helps people find me on YouTube. Because obviously being a smaller YouTuber, the algorithms will favour the bigger YouTubers. So if you can, please leave a like. It only takes a couple of seconds. Also, feel free to share with your friends or family. If you already haven't subscribed to my channel, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. It's growing slowly but surely. I also have a Twitch channel, which I will leave in the description box, so you can follow me there as well. And I will speak to you all again soon. Take care, bye for now, and stay safe.